heart of South Africa, an hero was born from struggle. Oscar Pistorius, the man who ran without legs, the athlete who defied the impossible. The world called him the Blade Runner. But behind every glory, there's a shadow waiting to fall. Reeva Steenkamp, model, law graduate, television star in the making, beauty with intellect, grace with ambition. When their paths crossed, it felt like destiny itself had paused to watch. They met at a charity event in Johannesburg. Cameras flashed, laughter echoed, and in that noise, two souls found each other. To the world, it looked like a perfect match, beauty and bravery. Days turned to nights, filled with phone calls, texts, and whispered dreams. Reeva saw not the athlete, but the man behind the medals, and Oscar saw in her the calm he'd been chasing all his life. But fame is a double-edged sword. Every photograph, every headline turned their love into spectacle. The athlete under pressure, the model under scrutiny, and between them, cracks began to whisper. Oscar's success came with paranoia, the fear of losing everything. Reeva, bright and social, became the center of his insecurity. Love began to twist under the weight of mistrust. February 13th, 2013. Valentine's Day approached. Reeva bought a gift. She texted a friend, "Tomorrow will be a special day." Neither of them knew it would be their last together. That night, their home stood silent in a wealthy Pretoria suburb. Neighbors recalled laughter, then tension. Words whispered behind closed doors. A storm of emotion, ready to explode. Before midnight, they shared what would be their final embrace. A photograph of them smiling at a restaurant just hours earlier would become the last memory of what once was love. Just after 10 p.m., neighbors heard raised voices. Words cut through the quiet suburban night. A couple arguing. No one could tell what it was about, but tension filled every room. Moments later, silence. Reeva walked toward the bathroom, perhaps to escape the argument or make a call. The door closed, the key turned, and that simple sound became the line between life and death. Oscar would later say he woke in fear, that he believed an intruder had entered his home. That fear ruled him, the same fear that once pushed him to run faster than anyone else alive. Then came 4 deafening shots. The echoes tore through the night. Neighbors woke to screams, a woman's voice, then silence. The walls of love collapsed under the sound of gunfire. Oscar shouted their name. The silence that followed was heavier than any noise. He broke down the bathroom door with a cricket bat, and there he found Reeva. He carried her down the stairs, crying for help, blood on his hands, tears in his eyes. "It was an accident," he said. "I thought it was an intruder, but nothing could turn back time." Neighbors called emergency services. Police arrived before dawn. What they saw was chaos and disbelief. A national hero standing broken, claiming fear had taken his reason. And by sunrise, the world knew. The champion who ran on blades was now accused of murder. Television crews surrounded the house, and Reeva's smiling face filled every screen, frozen in time. Police led him away that morning, barefoot, trembling, covered in guilt and disbelief. The cameras clicked like gunfire. The man once celebrated for his courage now faced the darkest race of his life, against justice itself. March 2014. The world watched as Oscar Pistorius stood trial for the murder of Reeva Steenkamp. the courtroom, became a stage, every tale and every testimony broadcast across continents. The prosecution painted a dark portrait. A man quick to anger, obsessed with control, fueled by jealousy. They spoke of text messages, arguments, and Reeva's fear that love had turned dangerous. The defense fought back. They spoke of fear, a man haunted by insecurity, trapped by his own fame. They said he thought it was an intruder, not Reeva. That it was panic, not passion, that pulled the trigger. South Africa was divided. Some saw a hero broken by fear. Others saw a man who destroyed the woman who loved him. Outside the courthouse, candles burned for Reeva, the woman whose light was gone too soon. After months of testimony, the verdict came. Oscar Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide, later changed to murder on appeal. The man who ran without limits was sentenced to years behind bars. In prison, silence replaced applause. The man who once raced against time now faced it in solitude. Letters from supporters, hate from critics, and endless nights of regret. Reeva's parents, June and Barry Steenkamp, turned their pain into purpose, speaking out for victims of domestic violence. Her beauty, her laughter, her dreams became symbols of strength and warning. Love can lift us to greatness, but when shadowed by fear and anger, it can destroy all it touches. The story of Oscar and Reeva will forever remind us that passion without peace can become the deadliest weapon of all. Reeva Steenkamp was 29. She dreamed of helping women find their voice. Oscar Pistorius remains one of the most tragic figures in sports history. Proof that even heroes can fall when love and fear collide.